What's up, everyone? Let me take you way back to North Las Vegas, 1990. I was 11, hanging out with my cousins, Tony and Calvin, both 10. We were deep into our summer routine. Video games, running around outside, just being kids. My mom, Gloria, was 27 back then, and her boyfriend, Prince, was always around. Now, Prince was a character. Fair-skinned, built like a superhero with a long ponytail, and a voice that could make you jump. He was cool, but you definitely didn't want to get on his bad side. This one particular morning, we were trying to beat a new level on our game console, but it was impossible to concentrate. Why? Because Calvin was a broken record. Man, my stomach hurts, he'd say. We'd tell him to chill. A few minutes later, ugh, for real, you guys, it really hurts. Tony and I would just look at each other, roll our eyes, and keep playing. We figured he just ate too many snacks or was trying to get out of doing chores later. It was summer, after all. Someone always had a mysterious ailment when it was time to take out the trash. But Calvin was persistent. Every 5 minutes, it was another update on his stomach. He was groaning, holding his side, the whole 9 yards. At first, it was just background noise, but after about the 10th time, it started getting on my nerves. Tony was getting fed up too. Dude, just go lay down or something. He finally snapped. But Calvin just sat there, looking miserable. It was starting to kill our vibe. The sun was shining, we had the whole day ahead of us, and all we could hear was Calvin's constant complaining. I started thinking, what if something is actually wrong with him? He looked genuinely uncomfortable, not just faking it to get attention. So, I figured I had to be the responsible one. I paused the game, which got me a dirty look from Tony, and went to find my mom. Mom, I said, Calvin keeps saying his stomach hurts. Like a lot. My mom looked up, a little concerned. Prince was in the room with her, and he overheard everything. His expression went from relaxed to serious in a split second. Prince stood up, and his voice boomed through the house. Calvin, get in here, now. My heart skipped a beat, and I know Calvin's must have been pounding out of his chest. Tony and I peeked around the corner to see Calvin slowly, nervously walking toward the bedroom. He looked terrified, like he was walking the Green Mile. We saw him disappear into the room, and the door closed just enough so we could still hear. Then, we heard Prince's command, loud and clear, drop yo drop. Tony and I just froze for a second, trying to process what we just heard. Then, we absolutely lost it. We clamped our hands over our mouths, trying to stifle the laughter, but it was no use. We were doubled over, tears streaming down our faces. The image of tiny, scared Calvin having to follow that order in front of muscular, serious Prince was just too much. We were laughing so hard we could barely breathe. It was the funniest thing we had ever witnessed. A few minutes later, the door opened. Calvin walked out, looking a little dazed but relieved. Prince followed him, and he wasn't mad at all. He put a hand on Calvin's shoulder and looked at my mom. He's fine, Prince announced with the authority of a seasoned doctor. He's just growing up. It's that preteen stage. He explained that it was just growing pains. Calvin wasn't sick. He was just on his way to becoming a teenager. We all let out a collective sigh of relief, though Tony and I were still trying to recover from our laughing fit. From that day on, whenever one of us complained about a random ache or pain, someone would inevitably yell, "Drop yo drills," and we'd all just crack up. It became the legendary story of our 1990 summer. Man, what a memory. Thanks for letting me share that with you all. If you enjoyed that trip down memory lane, do me a favor and hit that like button, and definitely subscribe for more stories. See you in the next one.